Hello, looking for some advice on an error code number 21 and troubleshooting indeas. Not sure if I should start at the valve or the controller. Here what I got: United Tech ELK control unit 1012 to 940 model HK42 FC007. The unit would reset itself if I unplugged it. Then it would work fine, until the temp was reached. Once there it would turn off as it should, but never come back on until I unplugged and pluged it back in. Today it will not work even if I unplug it. The unit starts as it should, but after the heat element glows for a few seconds, it shuts down and goes to error code 21. How can I test to see if the control board is bad or the gas valve is bad? Also, this is the only error code that I have gotten. Thanks.
On the inside of the furnace on the upper side, can you get me the model #XXXXX the furnace? By error code 21, is there only a red LED light or are there two lights flashing an intermittent code?
Model #XXXXX. On one red light. Two short flashes, one long.
Okay, the one red light blink do you see on the door inside a code legend? It is on the outer door or the inner blower door.
Gas lockout. Let me grab it, I'll be back in a second. Gas heating lockout. Check for stuck gas valve relay on control or miswire to gas valve.
Okay, this is caused by one of two things, but first, how old is your furnace approx, and does the gas valve have a switch or blue knob?
20 or so years. I think the hose was built in 97. Yes, blue knob. Years. Sorry, baby in one hand and trying to type.
Okay, that series of Carrier/Bryant furnace, that baby is okay. I have the flu, I understand. Has had issues over time with the control board. The current generation production has numbers ending in 021. That would be the first thing I would replace if I was on site. The gas valve from White Rogers is really reliable. Most likely your challenge is being caused by broken solder joints on the circuit board, and as the joint heats up and makes contact it works, and then when they cool they shrink back, breaking contact. You could view the solder joints by removing the control board from the plastic housing and flipping it over and inspect with a magnifying glass.
How would I go about testing to see if when the control board is sending the 24V signal to the valve?
With an electrical meter, set it to VAC, initiate the cycle. You should have two wires going to the gas valve. Put the red meter lead on one and the black on the other. After the igniter glows for about 17 seconds, it should energize valve and it should show approx 24V 27 volts.
Does it matter what lead?
Not really.
Black on the ground, I assume? So if no voltage, problem is the board?
It's AC voltage. If you have a digital meter, it will correct itself.
I have an analog.
Yes, however it could send the signal on this cycle and not on the next, and you'll have the same issue. Just make sure your meter leads are plugged into the correct meter sockets.
Is there any way I can eliminate the valve? Like run a lead from a 24V hot to see if the valve opens and closes?
Yes, you can.
Will the valve close after loss of power?
Just be sure to know which valve terminal is the hot and the common.
There is three. One has a ground and the other is a blue wire to the control bore and nothing on the third.
It's not passing gas through it right now, is it?
Right, no. I would turn off the valve and test, listen for the click, like a regular solenoid valve.
On your wiring diagram, is the blue wire marked as the MV?
Not sure, I will go look.
As long as there is now power on the valve, it should close. Your challenge never has been a flame with no signal. The valve is power open, spring closed.
Got it. Be back in a few. So, the valve is opening with a 24V jumper. When it turns on, no signal to the valve, so must be the board. When I turn on the unit. Any ideas on the board? I hate to spend $200 on a new board and find out it's a $10 relay. From the looks of it, all the solder connections are good.
It may be the valve relay on the board. No way to check at that time its component level replacement. You know the valve functions when 24V is applied. You know it's not the valve, it's not a limit failure or rollout failure because blower's not continuing to run. Unfortunately, you can't just replace the 10.00 relay. If you purchase the board from a service company, the part and labor will cost way in excess of $200.00. My best advice is to have your furnace thoroughly inspected to be sure it's worth putting a new board into. Likely as not, any inspecting contractor will want you to purchase a new furnace, so get a board and replace it.
Cool, thanks for your help. Will you get paid when I click submit?
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit justanswer.com/ythi.